Hey there, guys. We now have the unit information for Ghost of Winter Past Beryl, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at his kit. I'll be giving you my personal first impressions, etc., etc. So let's just get right into it. So, as an early summary, I'll just say overall, Beryl seems like a decent unit, but I wouldn't say he's like, Sylvie tier or anything like that. He's certainly got a few downsides, but overall he seems okay. Okay. So right away you can look at his categories, and that is probably one of the big negatives I'll give to the unit. For Clash of Wills, it's fine. He's got Clash of Wills category. That's going to cover the majority of your stuff. He goes on Elena's leader skill, stuff like that. The bigger thing is outside of Clash of Wills. You'll notice he doesn't really have any categories at all. He's just got the Earth stuff, and the only leader skill that's going to work on him would be Ramza. Of course, there's the old leader skills like Snavlinka, Flaring Rain, stuff like that, but honestly speaking, at the upper end of Dark Visions, you're not using those leader skills anymore. You're using a 750 or above. And he doesn't fit on any of them, and that's a little questionable. I don't know why they didn't give him any categories. Like, they gave Chow the evocation category. That really helped. They gave, like the older units like Richt and all of them, the gathering category. That really helps. Plainly speaking, most of the categories don't really fit Beryl, and I can understand that, but even so, just do it anyway, because he needs a little bit of help. And even going forward in the future, as far as I can tell, he's not going to get any new categories either. Like, he's not a Royal, so he's not going to get the Royals category. He's not a Guardian, he's not going to get that category. He's not a Chaos Bringer, he's not a Soldier, he's not, JP Anniversary. Like, he's going to just not fit on any party whatsoever in Dark Visions, except for Ramza. That's going to be like his only Dark Visions party. And that's unfortunate. That being said, he's going to be good on the Ramza party. So if you are using a Ramza party, he's going to be strong. Anyway, let's continue with the kit. He is a beast, which, can matter sometimes when, every now and then a Clash boss will get like human mitigation. It won't affect him, but for the most part, that's not really, a big deal. His base stats are a little bit low, only 508. That's 605 after stat pots. A little bit lower. We've got units like 625 or above, and he's a little low on stats. I'm not sure why they decided to do that, but whatever. He's got some base resistances. He's got good status immunities. Those are all fine. That's nice. His equipment selection is not super good. The weapons are fine. He's always going to use his own dagger. That's fine. But can't use helms, can't use light armor, so he can't use, the best Clash gear without equip materials. Unfortunate, but I guess kind of expected. He is like a Tonberry wearing a robe and all that, so it makes sense why he can't use the heavy armors, but it still would have been nice. Anyway, as far as the kit, so in the base form, his stats are lower, his mods are lower, etc. So honestly, the base form is just for buffing. You're not going to deal damage in the base. You can. It's, he's got some damaging moves, but mostly you're only going to use the base form if you need the buffing. The shift form is the real damage. We'll go over the skills. A whole bunch of these skills are shared between forms, by the way. There's only a few that are form exclusive. I'll try to point them out when I see them. So anyway, he's got a 150 Earth Amplify, usable on Dark Visions as well. That's his only Amplify, and it is at EX2 only. Keep that in mind. We're unfortunately losing the cool global perk where global units didn't do this. I guess we're copying the bad parts of JP now. Thankfully for Beryl being a holiday unit, it's not that big a deal. He's relatively easy to get to EX2. Even if you get him from just like one single ticket, you can use some replica lapis, you can use some VIP coins, login coins, and you'll get him to EX2 with like no investment almost, other than VIP coins. So that's really nice, but even so, keep that in mind. He does really need EX2. Triple cast, some chaining skills. They do fill his LB gauge. Always nice to see on global units. I mentioned before, this is a big reason JP units are really hard to use, because they don't have this for like damage per turn to fill their LB over time. The field we already knew about from the live stream and the previews. Obviously, very good field. 50% earth and 30% ice at the same time. It's kind of nice. Much better than individual fields. It's always nice when they combine them into one. He's got this skill, Born to Die Holiday Mode. I guess sometimes it could have value, especially if your party's going to die anyway. But it cures debuffs on the party. It gives the party 80% MIT. But then it auto-revives himself and kills himself. And does heal your party's MP and HP. So, it's only 100. I thought it was 100%. It's only 100 flat? Ew, that's like nothing. I wonder if that was supposed to be 100%. Is that either a glitch on the wiki, or is that a glitch with the unit, or is it really actually supposed to be only 100 exactly? Because that's pretty useless. It's got to be a bug. It's got to be a bug with either the unit itself and the wiki just copied the data, or the wiki just misparsed it. I don't know. But I would assume it's a bug somewhere. In any case, this skill does kill Beryl, meaning he himself will come back with no buffs whatsoever. So that's unfortunate. So probably not going to see a lot of use, but that being said, it could certainly be like an emergency button. Maybe. He has the classic global stuff with his primary element, 60% amp, can't be dispelled. Secondary amp, 45, so ice and earth imbue. And we're going to skip real quick. He also has En Blazega and En Stonga. Love to see these on global units. I mentioned it before. It's very sad when global units don't have these. It's awesome when they do, and he does. I like seeing that. Earth Eclipse. So AoE 300 stat buff for the party, 250 LB for the party, Earth Resist for the party. The Earth Resist is full uptime. The stats and LB buffs are not. Keep that in mind. But it's good that the Earth Resist is full uptime, because that's probably going to be one of the more critical things. We're going to skip real quick to this Seraphic Present. Again, I don't understand why this is so weak. It's like basically it's like a single target, same LB as his AoE buff here. It's only 50 higher attack and magic. Like, what is the point of this ability, and why is it so weak, and why is it a Magnus? I don't get it. It may as well not even exist. It's so weird. It's so weird that they do this. In any case, cute doll heaven mode, stuffed animal heaven mode, AoE beast and human killer, full uptime. It can be dispelled, though. Keep that in mind. But still, it's good that it's full uptime. They are on cooldowns. It'd be nice if they weren't on cooldown, kind of like Ibarus, but whatever. It's fine, I guess. And that's his base form. And then in Clash of Wills only in Clash of Wills, he has Arcane Supplementation, and then this skill, Holiday Mode. It's just a bigger Earth Resist buff and a big magic mitigation for the party. So it seems like, spoilers, it does seem like the Clash of Wills is probably going to use a big AoE cover-ignoring magical attack during the fight. This is kind of like a big, signal probably going to happen. Maybe not, I don't know. But sure seems that way. His normal attack is right here. It's just, who cares about the damage? LB fill, and then some earth and ice resist for the party. So keep in mind, he does not have Blar, the earth resist spell, Bar Stonga, or whatever. So this is his only way to buff the party outside of the cooldowns, if you get dispelled. As far as his passives go, pretty typical for global units these days. He has, at EX3, he has the 6x chain cap. So that's pretty nice. Chain speed, love to see it on global units. A lot of killers, beast, insect, human, demon, dragon, bird. 100% double hand. I'm sure he has more somewhere in his kit. I'm sure he has more, right? Here it is, 200. And that's, here it is, yeah. So 300 double hand. His stats are fine. 30% evasion. A little bit less than some of the others, but it's still, again, fine. It's better than 0. He does have HP. There's one thing I'm curious about. Oh, here it is. MP per turn. Yep, he's good. Stop and charm immune. Guts. all this stuff is typical for global units these days, but that's a good thing. So it's typical, but it's a good thing to have. So there's very good very good passives. Also, he's got these crisis buffs, kind of interesting. A self-only ice and earth resist when he goes below 80. Some stat buff, some self-killers when he goes below 80. Regeneration when he goes below 80. Then when he goes below 30, he gets break immunity, a big barrier, physical mitigation. So he's got like a bunch of self-only buffs. Again, I'm not sure how relevant that's going to be because you should be buffing that kind of stuff anyway with your party. But it's neat. It's neat, I guess. You could have like a 200 beast and human killer if you bring Zahn to a party or something. But you're not going to bring Zahn considering he can do 160 anyway. And then the last thing is his LB gives modifier buff for his LBs as well as his abilities. Again, right here, this is probably going to be a big deal for Clash of Wills. I don't know. But oh my god. Hold on 1 second. Let me turn off my heater. Sorry about that. It gets really cold in my room, so I have a little space heater that turns on when it gets too cold. Anyway, I turned it off because it's noisy. Yeah, so he has mitigate physical and magical damage versus beast and human by 80%. So 80% racial mitigation to beast and human. That's a pretty huge amount, considering we're about to go into the Clash of Wills. That's a beast and human and a demon, and then Elena does demon mitigation for the party. So that's like a lot of mitigations. Will it be required for Clash of Wills? I doubt it, but I'm assuming it'll be helpful at least. We'll have to see when it comes up. And then 550 modifier in Clash, 400 out of Clash, with either 100 in Dark or 200 in Clash. But again, this is not his good LB, so don't want to worry about that. Let's go to the shift form. Shift form is mostly the same stuff, but a few extra things. He's got the classic JP breaks, 80 AoE, 83 single target. He's also got a Magnus break, 88 defense and spirit. Unfortunately, this is like very unusual. 88 defense and spirit is like, it's not good enough to drop your breaker, so it's almost like, what's kind of the point? I mean, I guess if you're not at the super high end, you don't really care about the best break, so you can go with 88, but, if you're talking like a high-ranking Dark Visions party, 88 is just not good enough. So it's almost like, what's kind of the point here? It would have been nice to get 89 so that he could replace a breaker, but I guess maybe they figured that's too high. Because his damage is pretty good. I'll show you the damage in a minute. But his damage is really good. Anyway, some other stuff in the shift form. These abilities that he can't multicast, so honestly, like, probably never going to use these. Because the modifiers are pretty low. So even in Clash of Wills, against the proper target. So this would be 1,000 plus 1,050. That's 2,050 plus the base form LB. So that's 2,400. Like, it's almost the same thing. So just multicast these. Because 500 plus 2, triple cast it is 2,100. Yeah, and these also fill your LB. These don't. So, like, you're never going to use these. What is the point? So just ignore them. And yeah, the rest of the shift form is the same as the base form, except for the LB, which is right here. Only a 40% dagger in peril. So I kind of talked in a video previously about how daggers were so good because they have 45% weapon in perils. Unfortunately, not with Beryl. Beryl is only giving you a 40%, which is a little bit... I mean, it's not low or anything, but compared to the 45, it's lower. And then his LB, Extreme Nova, 650 in Clash plus 200. That makes it an 850 in Clash. And then 500 plus the base form is an extra 100, so 600 in Dark Visions. So real quick, we'll go to his damage calculations. This is my early calculations. In Clash of Wills, it'll be right up here. Basically second place after Aya Brea. Keep in mind, this is with Ramza's leader skill, who you probably are not making your leader, but on my DPS sheet, I do give people the benefit of the doubt, best possible leader skill that qualifies for them. So he does get the 1,000 leader skill. So pretty high damage in Clash of Wills. And then in Dark Visions, again, this is with Ramza's leader skill. So on any other party, it'll be a lot lower. But on a specifically Ramza party, He's decent. Like, he's up there. He's definitely up there. Not quite as good as some of the other top end units, but really high damage. And he brings that good field, too. Don't forget the 50% LB field. Or 50% Earth Amplify field, not LB. So yeah, his damage is fine. His damage is good. Now, will his damage be good enough to be relevant in the Neovisions Plus world? No. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, so once Neovisions Plus gets here, Beryl goes right to the dumpster. But then again, so do nearly everybody else. That's not a Beryl problem. That's an everybody problem. Like, all of these units go to the dumpster. That's just a whole other can of worms with Neovisions Plus. It just creeps everything. But yeah. So anyway, the unit seems decent. Is he a must pull? Obviously, he's really good for the Earth party with Ramza as the leader in Dark Visions. He seems fine in Clash of Wills. He is, Earth pretty much only, and if you're not doing Earth, he's good. He's good with Elena's leader skill too, and he does have a few support things like, I guess, I don't know, the LB damage buff for the party, only 250 though. Stat buff 300. Like, it's not, honestly, his support is not that great. He does have the human and the beast killer, a little bit low at 160, but he's got a few things. The field, probably the big reason you would bring Beryl is for the field. That is like if you want that field, he's your guy or your fish, whatever you want to call him. Guy, girl. Does he have a gender? Gender other, so I guess not. Yeah. So as far as me, I'm unsure if I want to pull for him. Honestly speaking, I don't really know. I think, usually when it's a Clash of Wills day, I'll pull the unit first and then try Clash of Wills. I think today or tomorrow, when the server comes up, 13-hour maintenance, geez. When the server comes up, I think I'm going to go to Clash of Wills first. And I'm going to try Clash of Wills. And if Clash of Wills is, challenging in a satisfying way, and I feel like Beryl will make a rank 1 clear easier, I'll stop Clash of Wills, I'll go pull Beryl, then we'll go back to Clash of Wills. If we go in there and Clash of Wills is whatever, and we win without Beryl, then I don't know if I'm going to go for him. Because the big issue I have with Beryl is the limited value or the limited lifespan. Because, we know pulling for any unit right now is almost a lost cause because Neovisions Plus is so close. It's like pulling for 7 stars right before Neos came out. That doesn't end well for the 7-star units. Same thing for Neo. So, like, I'm sure Beryl is going to be great in the current Clash of Wills. He might even be good in the next Dark Visions, but he's got like a shelf life of 30 days or something. And then, who knows? So, I don't know. I might go for him anyway. Because, again, all you need is 1 copy, and that's EX2 for almost free. So I might just go for him and, like, try to pull 1 copy and stop the step up early, not go all the way to pity. I don't know. I think I'm going to go try Clash of Wills first, and then I'm going to decide from there, because I don't want to go 50k for 30 days, and then the unit just dies. Because we know Earth has no future in the Neovisions Plus world. So I don't know. And his categories, man. These categories, come on. Like, if he had, like, Guardians, or if he had Soldier category, or if he had Blessing of the Crystals, because that becomes really good in the future with the new leader skills. Like, he doesn't have any of that. So because those could have given him like a new lifespan with the good categories, but no categories at all, none. Bonds is like a non-category. That's like fan units. These are no. Not to mention we skipped the leader skill for Bonds, the special Ayaka. We skipped her. Not that she was good anyway. Who cares that we skipped her? She was pretty terrible. But yeah. Anyway. there's my early thoughts on Beryl. The unit seems fine. Very likely to have a short lifespan. Of course, anything could change in the future. Maybe they just all of a sudden make Earth amazing. Maybe they add like a Neovisions plus Earth unit for global and the whole team becomes really good. Who knows? I couldn't say. But based on what we know at the current time, he has a very short lifespan. Probably 30 days. And then he's done. But he seems like a good unit. So there it is. Tomorrow I'll be streaming Clash of Wills. Tune in live for that if you want to see me get killed. So see you then.